Good morning. Oh, yep. Yes, there we are. Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2019. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. A little bit of bad news this morning, boys and girls. I was looking for my list of names for the people who are getting the first messages of the morning in. I was desperately looking for that. Last night, as I was loading my car up to come up here to our Lincolnshire television studio complex, and I can't find it anywhere. I hope I haven't chucked it away. That's the bad news. There is good news. There's some very, very good news. Some of you are going to be so pleased about this. I'm not going to give all the information away, but the good news is coming up only on this programme as an exclusive piece of news for you coming up very, very shortly. So that's the bad news. I can't find the bit of paper with all the names on it. I do happen to know in my head that the leaderboard at the moment is shared between the delightful Shania and Adrian Richardson at the moment. They've got 3 each. I don't know who's got 2. Certain people have got 1. Indeed, Mike Reese. Good morning to Mike Reese Ponto. Gets the first message of the day in this morning. So here is the list. Here is it. We're only going to do this. We're only going to do it this month. Okay, we're only doing it this month. All right, because it's really not working out as well as I thought it would do. Because you all get the show at different times, and there's reasons for this and reasons for that. So there we are. So we'll only do it this month. There is that's the bad news. The bad news is I can't find the bit of paper. The good news is I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'll tell you about the good. Oh, you'll be so pleased. I'm quite pleased with myself. To be honest. Well, here we are. Hot today. Okay, you won't see me. Certainly won't see me wearing a new jacket. I've got something. I don't know if my brother-in-law's with us this morning. He sometimes is, he sometimes isn't. I never really know if he's there or not. So I've got something from my brother-in-law as well, which he'll be pleased about. I've got a new little sponge. So if it's not sounding right, please let me know, because I would like to know. I've got a new little sponge for my microphone, because the other one kind of collapsed. Of course, nothing is as easy as it seems. It wasn't as easy as just poking the thing on the top. I destroyed one. They come in packs of 10. So not very dear. They did have some big coloured ones, which I was tempted by. We do like bright colours. We like bright colours. They did have some big, chunky things, but I thought it might look a little bit out of place. So I stuck with the little black ones. And we're done there. All right, so feeling hot today, and the next few days. It was incredibly hot in the pub last night, as indeed it was Friday. I do get very tired when it's hot. Does the heat affect you at all? Especially if you're at work or something else. Now, it's not too bad at the moment in here. I've got the fan. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look there. Where's number 2? There it is. There it is. I've got the fan going away there. So if you do hear any sort of wind noise or anything like that, do let me know and I'll turn it off. Oh, good morning, Martin. There's my brother-in-law, Martin. I've got something for you. Right, here it is. Ready? Can you guess what it is? Here it is. Aha, look. It's a mic clip, lavatier? A lavatier mic clip, because you say I lost the other one. I think I might have lost the other one somewhere. So I ordered this with my microphone sponges just for you. Just for you. That's my brother-in-law, which I'll deliver at some point, probably tonight, when I'm on my way to Gary's to see the children a little bit later on. I'll try and get in a bit earlier and you can have a look at that OBS thing perhaps, or something like that. So there we are, new bits and pieces. As I say, yes, very, very hot in the pub last night. A good night for the karaoke. I'm at Monday nights. I do karaoke at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Okay, that's where I am Monday nights. And nice night. We've got some new regular people coming at the moment. It's a lovely chap. He hasn't kind of come out of himself yet, if you see what I mean. He kind of sits in the corner on his own. Lou is his name, of Chinese appearance. And he sings a couple of songs. He's very nice as well. Yeah, so it's nice. And there was someone else in there, I can't remember who it was, who was a new person as well. We got a relatively new lad behind the bar, Daniel, who's just up for a laugh. He's such a nice person. The thing is, what I like about working at Central Station is that we're all in it together. Do you see what I mean? There's not a them and us. we all work together, and it's nothing better than that. A bit of comradeship between all the staff is really nice to go down to. Let's read some of your messages there. Morning to Shania. Good morning, Shania. Oh, look at that. You just missed the first message today by 2 seconds. Mike Reesponto, 10:07:51. Shania Steele, 10:07:53. Thank you. Adrian Richardson, 10:08:06. Were you asleep, dear? This is the thing. I'm not convinced that they are coming in the right order, so that's why we're only doing it this month. But something fantastic. The good news is coming up shortly. Stay tuned, boys and girls. Stay tuned. Hello to Mikey Mike on YouTube there. Adam the Plumber, good morning. Must be on his way to work to do a pipe somewhere or something. Morning to Weird City. Good tidings, Sir Chris of Royal Reardon. Royal Reardon. Hello to Phoebe. Good morning, Phoebe. Such a long time since you popped up. The voice is getting better now, actually. It's not so... It wasn't really painful, but it's certainly getting better, the voice. Weird City. I think the seagull story was the parents breaking a pet death to a child gently, like a story for the child, and it got out of hand with media and snowballs. You may well be right with that, you know. Certainly, great nieces and great nephews. I think my niece, she had a dog called Monty. It was a lovely dog. But even from the word go, it had problems with its back legs, and often, in the end, I'm afraid they lost it. And I think my niece tells her children, if someone dies, like their nan died, my brother-in-law's mother, about 2 or 3 years ago now, and they tell the children that they've gone to the moon. Which is a nice thing, isn't it? You know, because you don't really want to tell. I don't know, you know, making up sort of things like that. I don't think it's harmful, like Father Christmas, you know, or the Tooth Fairy. You make all these things up. I don't think it harms children. It's just kind of a bit of fun, isn't it? You know, to kind of protect them from the actual, you know, the nasty side of things, perhaps. I really think that. Yeah, Tooth Fairy. Do you get a Tooth Fairy? How much are they paying out for that now? We used to get 10 pence. How much you get for a tooth now? I bet that's gone up a bit, hasn't it? Do they give out a receipt as well? Just think, the kids of tomorrow, what they'll have to do is leave their debit card or something underneath the pillow, so that when they lose a tooth, the parent can get the debit card, put some money on it, and slip it back under again. The modern way of collecting money for your teeth, kids, is here today. Yeah, how much do you get for a tooth now? Any parents there, please? Mike is very pleased about being first today. Good morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. John's in Shepherd's Bush. Oh, my God, blimey. Well, you won't see that green later on, will you? Have you been to Shepherd's Bush? I've mentioned this a few times now. There's Shepherd's Bush. It's like this green in the middle. And surrounding it is enormous amounts of traffic. Just inching forward right around this rather large bit of green. It's like a glorified roundabout, and around that is all these shops selling fast food, and there's this tiny bit of green. The sun comes out, well, you can't see the grass, and the dirty bastards leave all their rubbish everywhere. It's disgusting. How people can sit there but breathing in all those fumes, I do not know. Good morning to Tommy Flynn. Morning, Tommy. Michael Lawrence. Good morning, Martin. Michael, sorry. Mike likes the shirt. Thank you very much. I don't know. This is quite old. I think it's is it a Lee Cooper? Lee Cooper, which were, I mean, they were sort of the item of clothing to wear. Oh my God, about 40 years ago now. You know, Lee Cooper was a highly sought after brand, a bit like Levi's. Levi's were always worn years ago, as you know. Not so much as designer clothes, but they were highly sought after more than they are now, if you see what I mean. Things change as time goes on. And this is about 10 years old. Most of my shirts are sort of around about 10 years old. I've got shirts that are 20 years old. I've got shirts that are like 25, 30 years old. But you buy the quality at the factory. I mean, you don't need to spend 150 quid on a shirt. Honestly, you don't. But, you know, 50 quid, something like that, and it'll last for years. I really won't need to buy any more shirts for years now. I sometimes have a little quick glance. I've got a couple of nice ones that I bought in Vegas when I was with my younger nephew. I say younger, he's 21, he's 22 now. But last year when he was 21, we went to Vegas, and went to the designer outlets there, and I bought a couple of shirts there. Unfortunately, they don't fit now because I've got fat again. But I don't chuck them up. I rarely chuck clothes away. They go in the cupboard because my weight does go up and down a bit. We're level at the moment. We're about level. It's not going up anymore. I'm being careful. It's not going down, but it's not going up either. So that's not a bad thing, is it? Good morning to James Dean. Morning, James. He runs a charity. Good morning, James. Thank you, Tommy. Quality of sound's all right. Yeah, it's the one I lost. I'm sure I must have lost it. The little clip. Anyway, there's one here. There's actually, you can have a couple of them. Would you like some spare sponges? All comes in a little bag. Look. Loads of clips and little sponges on the end. I think I'm tempted to get one of those coloured sponges, to be honest. I quite like a bright yellow one. I like yellow. And talking of yellow, that's part of what I'm going to tell you about. The good news is coming up, don't worry. Morning to Ants Galloway, who's in Thailand today. Yeah, it's such an exciting place that he's fired up his mobile phone and is watching this rubbish. Good morning, Ants. How's the weather in Thailand? I expect it's hot there, is it? Are you on your own or with a friend? I'm not quite sure. Or with several friends. I don't know. I've never been to Thailand. It does appeal to me. I probably would go to Bangkok, but only for 1 or 2 days. I think that would be too much for me. I don't like loads of people. Honestly, I don't. They get on my nerves. Banging around and like stepping on your feet. Oh, poor Maureen. Oh, poor Maureen. I stepped on her foot last night and she had sandals on. Oh, I did feel bad in the car earlier on. I'll tell you what happened. It was at the end of the night on the stage. And this is at the Central Station last night. So I'm packing my stuff away. And I don't know. I've kind of got my back. I'm bending over. I don't remember. I think I was picking up the computer screen or doing something, or the mixer maybe, something like that. I was picking it up and I stepped back. Maureen's right behind me. And I've stepped on her foot and she had sandals on. Oh my God, what pain. I think she's all right. I did ask if she was all right, but not a nice thing to happen is that step on them. On the other hand, don't stand so close behind someone. But there we are. You know, so I must, I don't think she's with us this morning, so I probably upset her so much, dear, by stepping on her poor foot. I did feel sorry for her. Oh, and in sandals as well. Oh, she was so hot in there last night. Good morning to... John's in his backyard doing puzzles in the sunshine with a cup of tea and biscuits. Is that like those puzzle books you can get? Like, what's that number thing? Sudoku. I don't understand puzzles. Why would you want to do those? Sit there and wreck your brain when you can just sit there and watch an episode of Dad's Army, dear. You know, why bother your brain with all that trouble, dear? Working out all the numbers that add up together. Oh, Sudoku, that's it, and it's Sudoku. I don't know, who sent that over? What foreign country have invented that to upset us all? Sudoku. My mum was very good at crosswords. She loved doing crosswords, my mother, and she was and Scrabble, and she was really good at it. Oh my God. My mum, she used to have 5, 6, 7 letter words in Scrabble, dear. Yes, me, no, on. At the. I'm no good at that. No good at Scrabble at all, I'm afraid. But she was fantastic. One Christmas, I got my mum this. It was like a calculator. I suppose it was an early computer. I suppose I don't think we had computers then. It was like a calculator thing, and you would put in letters, and push a button, and it would give you a word. So you could use it to cheat at Scrabble, really. I think she used it. I remember her buying it. Well, I think it was a Christmas time, and then a few days after, when she said, "Oh, I really like that thing that you got." It was like a calculator. I don't know what you'd call it, a Scrabble helper or something like that. Morning to Chris Bedwell. Good morning, Chris. He's out there in Essex. Morning to you, Mike. Is the good news something to do with the radio station in Boston by any chance? No. I haven't contacted the radio station in Boston. I'm not sure that I really want to do it, you know. And if I'm going to offer something to someone or do a job, I have to be able to commit to it. I'm not one of these people who, I'll do it for a few weeks and then I'm fed up doing that now. No, I have to commit to something, you know. It's like the people ask us to do things sometimes, and I will say no if I don't think I'm going to commit to it. A lot of people, they're not upfront about things, and they say, oh, yes. And then it comes to it, and they let them down. I won't do that. I will commit to something absolutely before I say yes. So I'm not sure I want to do a job on the radio knowing that I've got to do things in a certain way when I can sit here, literally got out my bed, had breakfast and come straight in here. I can sit here and do anything I want, really. Do you see what I mean? That's not a paid job either, really. It's different. If you like, if you want to do it as a job, you know, and to be paid for it, then you've got to learn to do things in a certain way. If the money isn't important, you know, then just do what you like. That's what I say. I have a couple of paying jobs, and other bits of money coming in. So I kind of like doing what I like doing. I am still thinking about it though. All right, Phoebe's been busy doing things for college and working. Oh, I hated school and learning things from books. I'm not a very intelligent person. That's the truth of it. I really, you know, when you're at school and they say, oh, okay, right, we'll read this tonight and we'll ask you about it tomorrow. I found that really difficult to do that. Funny, isn't it? I don't know why. Some of us are academic. I'm sure you're academic, Phoebe. Phoebe, you must be academic person. John bought some linen shirts from Marks and Spencer's. Good quality there. Good morning to Gaz Barron. Good morning, Gaz. Ed says, we're friends in Thailand. Very hot here. You should come. Maybe one day. I don't like the travelling around. I hate being on a plane. Even in the business class seats when I save up for those. I just hate it. It's such an inconvenient way of getting around. Flying, being at the airport, being pushed through all those people. I mean, when I get a private jet, you know, when I end up on the television, on the proper television, on BBC One Colour, on Saturday nights at 10 o'clock, as a Parkinson-type show perhaps, but without guests. I can't be having guests. Oh no, they talk over you all the time. Dreadful. I haven't got time to listen to guests. I've got too much to say myself. Please. So when that money starts pouring in from the BBC, okay, I might buy a private jet. I like the sound of that. Get a private jet, you know, so, hello. Yep, hello, David. Yes, it's Chris. Yes. Yeah, well, I'm coming. I want to go to. I want to go to New York to visit my friend LaBelle. Can we stop off on the Isle of Wight because I want to see Shania and Vectis and who's the other one? Callum. Yeah, if I could, please. Oh, about half an hour, all right with you? Okay, I'll see you in half an hour. Thanks, David. Bye bye. You know, that's how it'll be. I'll just ring up if I want to go somewhere, and then I'll just drive to my little plane place, whatever it is. Drive to the plane place and get out my car and walk onto my plane, and off I go. And David will be there, flying it. Put the telly on, watch a few episodes of my show for entertainment purposes. I bet I'd be able to pull a lot easier then. I'd be able to pull the young lads a lot easier. Oh, would you like to come and fly in my private plane? Adrian's very good at crossroads, he says. Adrian says, I'm very good at crossroads with my spelling. You mean crosswords, dear? Look before you type, dear. I'm very good at crosswords with my spelling. I just make it up as I go along. It seems to work. Very good idea. Very, very good idea. Good morning to Diane, Jeb. Morning, Diane. Michael Pullman in the house. Morning, Michael. All right. Is the good news you're becoming a prostitute for larger people? No. Phoebe's doing hair and makeup course. Oh, can you do anything with mine, Phoebe? I think I need a transplant, love. I need a transplant, Phoebe. Talking of hair transplants, I've got a story here, boys. There's a story here about hair that's coming up. Don't go away, all right? Shania's happy with the Primark clothes. Go there every time when I'm on the mainland. I went in 3 different ones over the last weekend. Now, the thing is with the Primark clothes, Shania, they're dirt cheap. Now, I don't get this, right? Arabs, okay? Very, very rich Arabs. Now, I say that to you because I used to do the karaoke at a place called the City of Quebec, which was in central London, and it was just off Oxford Street. And going down the road a little bit, on the other side of the road, is a massive Primark. Okay? You go in that Primark, who do you think you see in there? Poor people like us? No. Rich Arabs. Very, very rich Arabs walking around in there, and they buy 2 suitcases and completely fill them up with clothes. They go in Primark, buy all these clothes, and then take them home again to Arabia, whatever country they're from. Yeah, one of the Arab countries. They were obviously Arabs. You know, they had the, what are those things called? Burqas for the ladies. What are the things the blokes, are they burqas as well? You know, the long white things that the blokes wear, the Arabian blokes wear. I don't know what they're called. But they had those, and they're walking around Primark, filling up these trolleys with stuff, going to the till, shoving it all in the case, and off they go home again. I don't get it. Why would someone so rich buy cheap clothes? You know, you would expect that sort of person with loads of money to be in, I don't know, Ted Baker. No, not Ted Baker. Or probably Harrods or Selfridges, wouldn't you? Buying the... See, the Ralph Lauren and the Ted Baker stuff, that's not horrendously expensive in the grand scheme. That's kind of mid-range, okay? The really dear stuff, like Louis Vuitton. Oh, my God. Go in Selfridges do yourself a fun. Go in Selfridges and go upstairs and go to Louis Vuitton. The stuff is so expensive, there's a security bloke standing outside that particular shop. Honestly. And there's trainers in there, like you pick these trainers up. Oh, they're quite... £800! £800! And the Hugo Boss, that's really expensive. And there's even more expensive. So that's where I would expect the Arab people to be, buying that sort of stuff. No, they're in bloody Primark, standing next to you, Shania. Funny, isn't it? I can't work that out. Adrian, Spearmint Rhino, which is a strip club. They've got their own private jets. Maybe if you work for them. I was offered a job in a strip club, actually, doing the DJing, because you get a lot of hen party. Was it a mouse strip club? I think it was both. I can't remember now. Which one was it? I think it was in East London, so years and years ago. No, I couldn't. I would have taken that job, actually. You know, I would have taken that job. You just imagine all these girls. Oh, it wouldn't have done it for me. Perhaps that's why they want a gay DJ in a male-orientated strip club, because they know it's not gonna go anywhere near the girls. I'd be in that changing room with the girls. Oh, the stories we'd tell each other, dear. Let me tell you that now. Absolutely. Thank you. Weird City says keffiyeh. Keffiyeh, I had to Google that. That's the Arab headscarf. That's like the long white. I think they look pretty cool, those things. You know, this is long white. The Arab men wear the long white thing like that with like a bandana thing around the top, presumably to hold it onto the head. I quite like that. I might get one myself, actually, for the sunshine here. Right, so here's the good news. Here's the good news, right? I have ordered something better than a certificate. There you go. All right? I have ordered something that is better than the certificate. So that, instead of the certificate, that's what I'll be giving out to the winner of the first person of the month. You are going to love it. It's not big. It's not big. Okay? Do I tell you what it is or not? No. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay? It's got yellow on it, and it's got red, white, and blue on it. Okay? That's all I'm telling you. I have ordered it. They should be here next week. And we will find a way to give those away. You've been begging for stuff for ages now, all of you. You know, take from it. I don't see any money coming this way from any of you. No one's asked, you know, can I have your PayPal account, Chris, so that we can send your money in appreciation of your worldwide transmissions every morning? No, no one's done that, have they? No. But nevertheless, out of the goodness of my heart, I have ordered several of something which I shall be sending in the post to good people. But it'll have to involve sharing the show somehow. Not sure how. The first one we give away to whoever's got the first message of the month in the most first message of the show in a month the most times. Okay, After that, we're going to have to think of some way of doing it for sharing. Whoever shares the show the most times or something like that. Although I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that out. We will do it like that. But you are going to... I'm not going to tell you what it is. No, I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you. All right? Not going to tell you. But I think you'll like it. I think you're going to like it. Okay? There we are. If you want to get, you're welcome to guess. I will not refer to your messages if you guess. Okay? I'm not gonna let you know. I've written your name down. Don't worry. Here, Mike. There you go. Tommy Flynn. Yeah, you're quite right. Tommy Flynn sent me an old pound note in 2016. I've still got that, Tommy. You don't think I'd change that in a shop or anything like that, do you? Or to a bank. I never changed it. Morning to Mr. Gregorian. Morning to you, sir. All right. Well, it's hot, hot, hot. As I say, we got the London in particularly, and down in the southeast where I'm at the weekend is going to be particularly bad hit by the heat. Not so bad here, although in a caravan it does feel a lot hotter than it would do in a house. I mean, I'm sweating now, okay, and it's only it's only 20 to 11 in the morning. I'm already sweating here. We got the temperatures for this week up here in the caravan, 28 today. But later on, I'll be sitting in that living room. I've got a thermometer in the living room. That'll probably go up to about 80 or 90, which would be 30, something like that. It's been over 100 here in the caravan. Remember, I'm in a metal box. The sun hits this directly. Okay, it gets very, very hot in here. But up here near Boston where I am, today 28, tomorrow 30, Thursday 32, then Friday 26, and then next week we're back down to sort of normal Monday 25, Tuesday 25, Wednesday 24. So the hottest day up here will be 32. Now I know it's going to be much worse down in the south. Let's have a look at London's temperature for this week. Yes, indeed. Are you ready for this? Today, you're going to have 35. 35 degrees centigrade, which is 78. That's about 100. Around about 100. Not exact science, though. It's around about 100 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, 32, so slight cooling off. Thursday is the day. 37 degrees in London on Thursday. Wow. Wow. And I did see in the papers somewhere that they were advising people possibly not to go out on Thursday unless you absolutely have to. They say that when it's really cold as well. So some very, very hot weather to come. And I think I saw somewhere saying it was going to be the hottest day ever recorded here in the UK this week. As I say, I'm up on the northeast coast, so I think we're going to miss the worst, the most fierce heat that's there. But nevertheless, it'll still be very hot here. So, do be careful if you go out there, boys and girls. I must say, nice to have my windows nice and clean again. I had Mark, the window cleaner, came in yesterday with the new boy. He's got a new boy who assists him. He's climbing up and down ladders, and I'm watching him going up and down with a little cleaning thing, dear. And that was all done. He don't charge me a fortune either. He's very, very reasonable. So that was nice. Isn't it nice to have your windows done when they haven't been done for so long? I know most window cleaners, indeed I used to have him come round every 6 weeks. The problem is I'm rarely ever there now when he comes round, so he knocks at the door and I'm not there to let him in. And I'm a bit funny with giving keys out to people. Even like people who I trust and that, I don't know if I should have the... My mate's got the key for my house and my sister, that's about it. But when you haven't been done for so long and then you do them, enough make a difference, doesn't it? I didn't think I'd notice a difference, but I did. Lovely, really nice, so nice there. And just before I left to go to work last night, my new hose arrived. Remember the hose last week? I had a burst hose last week. It was one of those useless X hoses type things that I got off Amazon, or I can't remember where it came from. And I moved. It was leaking, so I cut a bit there, and then put that back onto the fan. But I didn't put the material back. It's like got a material coating round it. Well, I told you this last week, which I thought was just for decorative purposes. No. So I'm watering stuff, and all of a sudden my nephew says, "Oh my God, that's going to explode." and I looked down, and the bit where the material hadn't gone over had expanded like that, and all of a sudden it exploded. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's just how it is. So my new hose arrived from Amazon, and it wasn't expensive either. It was quite cheap. It was about 18 quid for a, is it 50-foot hose, which is reasonable, and that'll do me out the caravan. So that's up here now, waiting to be put in. And my new little sponge things arrives. Good morning to Russ Vernon, who's watching via YouTube on his television this morning. Good morning, Russ. Is it a big telly? What, you want a 65-inch or something like that? That'd do you. That's frightening seeing me on there, wasn't it? Good morning to Paul and Lou, joining us very, very late this morning. John's got cream on his head. Yeah, I should do that, really. To be honest, Joe, joking aside, John, I need cream on my head as well. And talking of baldness, watch out, lads. Watch out, lads. I'll just give this to you as it is here. I'll just give it to the way it is. Now, the Mail Online. Don't know, lads, those of you with balding heads like me, have you ever gone into a chemist? And usually on the shelf somewhere there is some sort of cure for baldness, isn't there? I've seen them before. I've picked up the packets before. And it's like 50 quid. Well, this is about 10 years ago when it started going. This stuff's about 50 quid. Right, and I read the instructions where you just put it on or something like that. And then there's this list of side effects. Oh my God. Heart problems, kidney problems, liver problems. I put it back on the shelf. I was terrified. I mean, you might have a full set of hair. Pointless if you have a heart attack and end up dead, though, isn't it? I wonder what would happen then. Say you put this stuff on your head, right, and you died. Your hair would still grow, wouldn't it? I wonder how quickly it grows. You could be laying there in the coffin, in the church or whatever you're having done, in the church, and they're doing this, and suddenly this hair starts coming out of the coffin lid. Well, pay attention, lads. This is in the Daily Mail this morning. To many men, it's a wonder drug that has helped halt their baldness. However, others have said it's had a devastating effect on their lives, causing a range of crippling side effects, including impotence, infertility, insomnia, anxiety, depression, and in some cases suicidal thoughts, even years after they stopped taking it. The drug is called finasteride, sold under brand name Propecia, which is used to treat male pattern baldness. Donald Trump and Wayne Rooney are reportedly two of the millions who have used it in the hope of reversing a receding hairline or bald spot. Globally, the market for hair loss treatments is valued at an extraordinary £5.6 billion. Whoever would have thought it was like £5.6 billion? That's a lot of money, isn't it? Finasteride does work for male pattern baldness, improving hair growth within months, according to multiple studies. So it does work. The effects last as long as the man continues to take the drug. In simple terms, it stops hair loss by reducing the conversion of the male hormone, and it goes into some technical stuff. In the UK, when it comes to treating hair loss, the drug is available on private prescription only. You can't go into a chemist from doctors since 1999, and since 2014 with a prescription from a pharmacist. So there you are. You know, very bad. But look at those look at those side effects. Impotence and infertility. You know, terrible, lads. You won't be able to get a heart. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. There we are. So do be careful if you're taking that sort of stuff. Oh, I'm very naughty this morning. Thank you, Stephen. Do you like the camera switch? Oh, I only got two cameras in here. That's a slightly lower quality one than this one in here. Up in Berkshire, I've got 3 cameras there. Just now and again, I swap them over. It's probably more interesting watching the camera change than sitting here listening to the crap that I come out with. John spent a fortune on bald lotions. They didn't work. What about hair transplant, John? They're quite expensive, aren't they? hair transplants. Have a word with Wayne Rooney. I don't think he looks too bad, to be honest, old Wayne Rooney's haircut. Do you? Looks all right. And Elton John, it doesn't. I don't think it does look. Actually, one of my friends has had his hair done as well. Keith George, he's had a hair transplant as well. I think it looks quite good. I think I'm kind of the thoughts, you know, as you get older, you should just let yourself go. I think really. There's certainly some of those people who have had face things and stuff done. I mean, they look hideous. The funny thing is, they think it looks good. You know, the lips is a particular, right there. How do they talk with those lips like that? Best example is Jackie Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's mum. I mean, she looks like an absolute monster. I'm sorry, she does. But they have this work done to their face and they think it looks good. Odd, isn't it? Odd. No, I don't think I don't want injections in my face. My mate has it. Not that I'm one to talk or spread malicious rumours. I would never want to give away people's secrets like that. But he's had a bit of face done. Oh, yeah. Injections in his face, this, that and the other. I can't notice any difference. At least he doesn't look awful. You know, like some of them do. You've seen them in the papers. Who was the... it was a police series, possibly Magnum. Was it Magnum who had his face done? Oh, he looked horrendous. Thousands of pounds that would have cost. Paul says, I'm sure mine is growing back. No, Paul. No, once it's gone, you're getting illusions now, dear. It's like when you go out in a desert and you see water and there isn't any water there. Well, I'm afraid there's no air there. Once it's gone, it's gone. Mike's lucky. I wish there was something I could stop to buy my hair growing. It grows very quick. No, we're not talking about the hairs out your nose, Mike. Here, I went to a Barry Manilow concert 3 times now. I've been lucky enough to sit in the front row. I was looking at him once. I was literally on there, and his piano's there. I was looking. I could see the hairs coming out of his nose. Good old Barry Manilow. We love you, sir. Paul and Lou says it was right. That stuff was so expensive. Maine, that was it. Maine. It was called Maine. £50 a month. That's right. £50 a month. But I read the things on the back that can happen. No, not worth it, mate. Not worth it. Good morning to No Way on Vaughan Live. Good morning. Who says side effects are awful. They really are awful. They really are awful. Good morning to Stephen P. Morning, Stephen. Doesn't it make your voice more higher pitched? No, I don't know about that. Don't know. No, don't know. John says my other half likes my bald head. Well, that's what's important, John. You have another half who loves you. I have no one. There's no one for me in this life. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe another kind. Big lips, that's it. Like that, don't they? What do they look like? Right, what else have we got here? Do you know what my mate said to me this morning? He said I was like bad drag. What does he mean by that? Bad drag. He said this show is like bad drag. Ghastly people. All right, now, in this time of hotness, okay, most of you, certainly here in the UK, won't have air conditioning. Those of you in America and Australia, some of the Mediterranean countries who might be with us this morning, I know a lot of you have got it. We tend not to have it here in the UK. Maybe as these summers do appear to be getting hotter and longer, that's the RAF flying over. We've got a Coningsby Air Base is quite nearby. I think it'll probably take off here. I've got a small unit in my bedroom here in the caravan, and a small unit, like a self-contained unit, you know, in my bedroom at the house, and a proper air conditioning unit in my little studio at the house. So I have got it. But you might not need one. In the Daily Mirror this morning, the Climity wristband. Climity. C-L-I-M-A-T-I. The Climity wristband, right? Where's that thing gone? That's it there, over there. A wristband that claims to cool the wearer's blood flow could offer welcome relief during heat waves. And it's just basically a wrist, you know, like a Fitband, just like a watch. The Climati, C-L-I-M-A-T-R, the Climati wristband developed by Nottingham Trent University student William Walter works using a Peltier device, now I don't know what that is, and a heatsink, which are usually found in computers. The wristband can be positioned to target pulse points in the wearer's wrist and apply a cooling sensation. Isn't this fantastic? The Peltier device transfers heat away from the skin and the heat sink dissipates it away from the device. The aim is to make the wearer feel more relaxed psychologically rather than reduce their body temperature, which is regulated naturally by homeostasis. If there's any doctors around, I'm sure you're keeping up with this. I'm not. It says many people can panic in the heat and feel overwhelmed on hot days. That's me. I feel overwhelmed on hot days. Heat waves particularly affect the young children, older people, and those in stressful working environments. Now, let me tell you, a karaoke working environment is actually quite stressful. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. You think it looks all, but you're constantly dealing with people wanting things. Can you do this? Can you do that? Or moaning that they think someone sung more than... it's really stressful during a karaoke night. You try not to show it. Sometimes it does get the better of you. I have to be honest. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, come on, give us 5 minutes for God's sake. You know what I mean? Heat waves, but providing an ongoing cooling sensation, this stress can alleviate people to help feel better. The sensation makes people feel cooler rather than actually reducing the body temperature. So I don't know if that might be like a false sense of security there, wouldn't it be? You know, if it was making you feel cooler, but you're not actually cooler, how would you know to get out of the heat, if you see what I mean? A little bit like... there's a certain disease, isn't there, where people can't have no feeling, right? So they might be walking along, a car runs over their leg, and suddenly they're dragging their leg, and like, oh, didn't feel that happen. Do you know what I mean? And the same thing with scalding water. People can burn themselves and not know anything about it, and all that time, damage is being done to you. So I don't know if this is a good thing or not. It says, with the surge of wearable technology today, this is an effective and real way of supporting people who may already be wearing things like smartwatches. I don't wear anything. Do you? Look, no earrings, none of those dreadful I hate those, nose studs. Aren't they disgusting? I'm sorry, they just look dirty to me, nose studs. Things for their tongues, things for their other bits and pieces down there. Nothing, love. I've got anything. No watch. No chain. Look, I've got nothing. No jewellery on me. That's why I can drive through Hackney and no one stops the car. Oh, it's that Chrissy won't have anything we want. Only a pair of old trainers with holes in them. The Peltier device has also the potential to be used to charge the battery inside the device by converting heat flux from the body into usable energy. So I don't know if that's good or... It says the device can cool down by as much as 10 degrees centigrade in a matter of seconds. Wow. That's clever, isn't it? It says, unlike methods to cool down, like a cold flannel or ice pack, the Climati will stay at a constant set temperature and never warm to room temperature. I wonder if you can buy one. Should I type it in and say, shall I see? Buy, how do you spell it again? Let me see if that works. Buy, what has it? C-L, one minute. Oh, where's that gone now? Oh, no, oh, there it is. Hang on a minute. I thought I'd close that damn window then. Climati, was it? C-L-I-M-A-T-A. C-L-I-M-A-T-I. Let's see. Buy Climati. Does it say it? Oh, nothing. Nothing there. Well, don't say you can buy anything there. It doesn't exist. Well, that's a story in the Daily Mirror. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong. Shall I cut and paste? 1 minute. By Climati wristband. What do you think? Wristband. wristband. Let's try that. Buy Clemency wristband. Oh, nothing. Oh, cooling wristband on Amazon. Here we are. 1 minute. Frio cooling wrist... Oh, no, that's not right. Well, what does this do then? Oh, no, I think that's got ice in it. That's not the same thing, is it? Or it's only got 2 stars on there. I don't know. No, can't see anything on there about that. Well, you don't seem to be able to buy one. Maybe it's just still inventing it at the moment. I don't know. Good morning to Roy, the boy. Morning to Roy. No way he's got no piercings or anything like that, have you? No, we don't have piercings. I quite like tattoos. It depends. Not on an old bloke like me. You know, tattoos on young lads like... who's the No Direction boy? What's his name? Harry Styles. That looks quite good. And on Justin Bieber. He got married, didn't he? Morning to Stephen P. Homeostasis means all the body parts working well together. Well, that's me out of it then. Nothing working here properly. Ashsprith, karaoke working environment. When am I getting a hair transplant? I don't know, Ash. What do you reckon? No, I just leave it as it is. Yeah, Paul and Lou. Grow old graciously, as they say, I think. What about that bloke who looks like Ken from Barbie? Oh, that's scary, that is. Why would you want to look like Barbie? Why? I mean, if I could have my choice, I'd like to look like Justin Bieber. Perhaps I could have operations to look like Justin Bieber, then I can pull young people again. That's how it is. All right, how are we doing? I'm going to do today's birthdays now, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2019, to Robert Dexter. Good morning, Robert. Nice to see you. Robert Dexter in the house today on his birthday, 49 years old today. Happy birthday, Robert. Callum McKinnon. Good morning, Callum. What is that you're holding there? You look very happy with yourself. Happy birthday to Callum. Laura Powell Kane is 47 years old today. Happy birthday, Laura. Susan Herm Porter, today also 47 years old. Hugh Henry. Good morning, Hugh. Worked in a Black Cat with me for a while. Happy birthday, Hugh. Tom Easton, the lovely Tom Easton, who he used to sit on the door and collect the money at the door in the Black Cap. Such a nice man. Is Scottish. And I had some conversations with him, bless his heart. And it must be 15 years since I last saw you, Tom. Used to walk in there with my DJ bags, didn't I? You'd be sitting there smiling away. Such a nice man. Happy birthday to you, Tom. I miss so many people here. And Laura, I think we've done Laura, haven't we? Is that a second? Yeah, you've got another profile there. So happy birthday to you, boys and girls. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Mark says, how's the voice going? It's coming back, Mark. Mark Cording there, he popped along to the karaoke last night. But too late, Mark. You only got one song in. And what time were you there? About 9:45. You've got to get in that pub by 9 o'clock if you want to sing 2 songs. You really have. We start at 7:30. Those that come in at 7:30 can get 3, sometimes 4 songs in. You've got to get in a bit earlier, Mark. All right, mate. Anyway, nice to see you. Hope your voice isn't too bad. This has gone on for about a week and it's just starting to recover now. No Way has missed most of the show. Well, don't worry. You can watch the recording later, No Way. You know where to find me on YouTube? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Go on there and within, 10 minutes of the show finishing, you can watch it as a recording, okay? Something like that. Paul says you need a bumbling Boris to go with your fake news clip. I haven't got that here, unfortunately. Bumbling Boris, that's it. Oh, ain't that nice? Roy's wishing people happy birthday there. I'm glad you enjoyed the karaoke last night. There were some nice people in there last night. Lots of new people as well. Maureen done, my favourite one Maureen sings is, of course, One Way Ticket, which she did last night. One way ticket to the moon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That one. I like that one. And she does very good ABBA as well, Mamma Mia and things like that. Who else did we have last night? Ray Reynolds was there, of course, last night. He did a nice cut. Ray left a bit early last night. It was about 9:10 when he left. Perhaps he was tired. It was so hot in there. We had the air conditioning on. It was so hot in there last night. Anyway, that's it. Don't forget, no way. You can find us on YouTube. youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK is where you'll find me on YouTube. Well, thanks very much for joining us. Good morning, Veronica. You joined us right at the end of the show there, Veronica. Anyway, nice to see you pop up there. Have a lovely Tuesday, boys and girls, and hopefully I'll see you again at some time tomorrow morning. Take care now. Bye-bye.